San Juan Blockchain Week. I'm your host, Pedro Rivera. I got a guest of mine, a friend of mine. He's also Puerto Rican. He's the founder of Philcoin. I'm excited because here in Puerto Rico, you know, we don't get too many founders of legit projects. And I'm excited to bring you my friend, my brother, Jerry Lopez. Give him a round of applause. Welcome to San Juan. So we got to share a microphone. Jerry, tell him a little bit more about yourself, sir.
Okay, quick question. Let me see if I can get everyone's attention here real quick. All right, how many of you like to earn free crypto? I don't think anyone heard me. Okay. $5 for everyone that's quiet. I don't know. This is not helpful. It's not helpful at all. Okay, let's try this one more time. How many of you here like free crypto? Okay, good. Well, first of all, thank you guys for coming down. We really appreciate it. My name is Jerry Lopez. I'm the founder of Philcoin. Just so you know what Philcoin is the first community built on the blockchain that's fully philanthropic, and we're going to be talking a lot about that today.
We're going a little too far. First, we're going to tell them a little bit more about yourself, Mr. Lopez. Who are you and how you get here? Because around here, we don't get people up here unless they're somebody, right? Right. So what we have here in Puerto Rico, right, we have a consistent community of solid people, and I'm excited to bring you up here. So we want to tell them more about how did you get the Philcoin, sir?
Okay. So I've been in this space since 2015. Got into the Bitcoin space pretty early. Not early as probably some of you guys here, but I became very passionate about not so much what Bitcoin was, but what blockchain really represented. And once I read through the white paper and understood what the white paper had to offer, that's when I realized that I needed to do something different based on what I had learned throughout the years that blockchain had to offer. Because a lot of people had a misstep of what really blockchain was since back in 2015. Besides that, I've been an entrepreneur most of my life. 44 years old today. I've been a multimillionaire since the age of 25. And I am also a psychologist, so I deal with crazy people on a daily basis, like this one here. So, you know, he's one of them, but I love him to death. So I do that for fun as well.
I like to tell people, crazy people, we get along, we find each other all over the world. So if I'm crazy, all of y'all crazy too. Let me get a round of applause in the house if you're crazy. Right, you have to be. If we're still in crypto in a bear market like this, we have to be crazy, right? Bear market blues. If you got bear market blues, give me a round of applause. Don't be stressed. This is my third bear market. We're going to be all right. Somebody asked me today, my neighbor asked me today, he said, crypto's dying, ain't it? Bitcoin's dying. Bear market's over. Bear market's over. Say it again for me one more time. Lunar eclipse says the bear market's over. Let's go. We're going to go back the other way. You heard it first. Crypto Monday, San Juan, Blockchain Week, San Juan. Bear market is over officially. At least that's what he's saying. I want to be optimistic, y'all. Don't kill me, man. I'm sorry. All right. So anyway, Jerry, tell him a little about Philcoin. Give him a little bit on it because honestly, one of the easiest, right? And not too long ago, Luke Stokes and I, my brother Luke Stokes, welcome. Give him a round of applause for Luke Stokes, one of the pillars of our community here in San Juan. But anyway, thank you so much. Not too long ago, Luke Stokes and I talked about the philosophy of crypto, right? And understanding the triple entry ledger. One of the clearest use cases of blockchain, as soon as I recognized, what blockchain was early on, was philanthropy. So I was excited to learn about the aspect of philanthropy on the blockchain. So tell us a little bit about Philcoin and how it works, sir.
Yeah, so following on that principle, I understood when I went back to the history of Bitcoin, all the way back to the Tulip Trust, I had realized that Bitcoin was first given away by transacting through video games, a group of actually video gamers that started giving it away and trading to create transactional history. So what I did was, I said, wait a minute, if the principle behind Bitcoin from the beginning was to build a decentralized place while transacting and changing the way giving happens, I think that philosophy has been lost because the technology is so great and people forgot why it really started. So that's when I started looking and said, you know what? What if I build an ecosystem that's called Phil app for Philcoin, where it's an app that products and services that are blockchain, Web3, gaming can be in that app and you actually get paid to use it. And that's what we did, because we said if we can give enough people hope that there is an ability to be able to give back through blockchain, we would be able to get people's attention and help people more than what they are in this bear market where they're losing.
Excellent. So where are we at as Philcoin approaches? How do you see, when you guys come in, where's the progress at? Where are we?
So right now we launched in March of this year after 2.5 years of building the ecosystem. We've had close to 300,000 downloads of the app. Right now we're on 2 centralized exchanges, actually 3 centralized exchanges, 1 decentralized exchange, and we're heavily in the non-denominational religious community. So we have about 250 million people within 78 countries that are starting to ramp up into the app for the philanthropic part of Philcoin.
So you reach throughout through the spiritual side, right? Through the Christian church has been extensive in the Latin American community, which is a huge market, right? For the actual when they pay their tithes and how they actually distribute the goods. So when you see actual use cases for blockchain, you see this is something that can really, really make sense for people really quickly. Because when you donate stuff, you don't know where it's going. You don't know what people are doing with it. You don't know what's going on. So this is something that could be very beneficial to people in the Latin American community really quickly.
Yeah, so the full-on concept of it is, donate to earn, learn to earn, play to earn. But the overall aspect is, a lot of people don't know that when you donate to major companies, what usually happens is that a very small percentage of what you really gave to the nonprofit really goes to the cause. So what we did is said, you know what? Why don't we just cut the middleman and go from peer to peer directly to the cause and the issue on an app that is completely free and allows people to actually do it through blockchain. So the entirety of what we're trying to do is if there's like a GoFundMe here in the United States, why not put it on steroids on an app on the blockchain where actually people can do it directly without having to pay so many high fees and all that. So from the donation perspective, our goal is to give the average person the opportunity to be a philanthropist without having to be a big NGO or a charity or a foundation, and let everyone give us the opportunity to change the way giving happens.
All right, so how about Puerto Rico? Tell me a little bit more about Puerto Rico and you being Puerto Rican, and how do you see the not only the blockchain community in Puerto Rico, but also how is the Philcoin can play a part in the Puerto Rican blockchain community moving forward?
Great question. I am native from here. I was born here in Aguadilla. I'm from Bayamón. I have businesses here. I have properties here, so I'm back and forth here. Now that we are linking and doing a lot of things with Pedro, I think that Puerto Rico not only could be a safe haven place for crypto, but it can also be a big role player for all of Latin America when it comes down to philanthropy and blockchain. A lot of people don't realize that in the island, the resourceful part about who we are is that as Caribbeans, we have a lot of influence over Latin America. And if the people here in Puerto Rico can take a grasp and understand blockchain and really understand the philosophy of really giving back, but at the same time earning while you're doing it, I think we can be a major role player for all of Latin America because, believe it or not, part of my background has been network marketing for 18 years. I own 2 network marketing companies, but there's a huge, huge gap in Latin America of the understanding of blockchain and what Rico really do, and it has a lot to do with the language barrier.
All right, so we're going to set the floor for a couple questions from our audience. We won't want to hold you guys up too long for our opening party. I just wanted to actually make a brief introduction of Jerry and Philcoin. We also want to talk about Limitless on Friday, give you guys a couple of announcements for that. But first, let's get a couple quick questions from anyone in the audience. Any questions? Right there.
So Jerry, meet Jerry from Dollar Zing. So thanks for what you're doing. We got some cool energy maybe together we'll talk about. But what is your revenue model based on the philanthropy on your side, obviously, but obviously the people that are going out there to learn to earn or to gift to earn?
So great question. So part of the revenue model in all for the app is that on the back end, we have one of the largest telco partnerships in Latin America and the US. So the actual app, the end goal of the roadmap of the app is that the Phil app will become a node where internet service will actually be provided to indigenous communities around the world through partnerships that we have with governments. For example, right now, we have a major partnership with Costa Rica government. We have one with Uruguay. And we also have a partnership with South Africa where we will be providing the actual construction of the telco towers with our partners and be providing fiber optic and satellite and communication so we can light up and create an IoT service through the app for people. So that's a $1 trillion a year business in its own, and that helps fuel the liquidity also of the 5 billion minted tokens, which are that's the limit, and also it would help for the philanthropy part because 43% of the tokenomics is for the giving back and creating the return engagement revenue that people need in order for it to scale.
Sounds like a really cool project. I'm looking forward to looking into it. I had a question about the governance. How do you manage kind of what the money goes to, who gets to be on the platform or not? And then related to that, for the different jurisdictions you're in, what type of regulations do you have to worry about? Do you have to KYC people? How do you deal with money laundering, concerns, things like that? So the governance and then the actual process of onboarding.
Great question, by the way. I'm very big on accountability. So we have a board of 57 ambassadors that represents 76 countries. And the way we make decisions based on the treasury of the entire minted amount is based on 3 signatures, 1 of attorney, 2 of the founders, to be able to make processing transactions outside of the treasury. So that's how we do our part when it comes down to accountability. And the second thing was the KYC. Okay, so we work with Persona, which is one of the largest KYC companies in the US. So it's standard KYC process. You can't get in the app until you've been verified. The app also has a non-custodial wallet, and we also have non-custodial staking. But everything that has to do with the app, whatever we give to you, you got to give half of it away in the app. So it's infusing people to really want to change the way giving happens. But when it comes to making sure that everyone's held accountable, we have a strong team.
Last question. Last question. Where you at? Ron. Here we go. I knew you was coming.
So, while you guys were talking up there, I went on CoinMarketCap and I looked up the chart and everything. You guys got a good looking chart. And I looked at when you mentioned 5 billion coins eventually. So that's like $200 million market cap. And the way that chart looks is like way up, way down, then sideways, 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 sideways. That's the type of thing that could pop. So I don't know if anybody that's listening right now, I'd buy it. I'd buy some. So, and again, I can't even buy any right now because I'm not on those exchanges that you're on. So I'll have to sign up later or whatever. I'm not a paid shell. I've literally never heard of this coin before until, 10 minutes ago. But, but just figured I'd drop some truth on you guys here. I would buy that chart though. Like if that was on BitTrex or whatever, I'd go on there right now. I'd buy $1,000 right now. So there you go.
And he does that for a living. But we don't do financial advice here.
Let us be clear. We don't do paid shills. Period. No such thing. Not with me, ever. Period. Anyway, listen, you guys, I will get back to the opening party, man. I just wanted to introduce you guys to my guy, Jerry Lopez. Give him a round of applause. Philcoin, here, our opening sponsor for Crypto Mondays.